'cause I can't move on till I let go.
Hello. How are we today? So I can't be here too long today, which is so sad. But we're gonna make the most of it. We're gonna have just a nice, fun, chill little stream here. And there's this thing that we gotta do. And I think it'll be kind of fun. We are going to take the 16 personalities quiz. And we're going to see what it says about us. I'm curious what it's going to say. I've seen a little bit of the other guys do it. And they've gotten vastly different answers from one another. Which was kind of expected, but... And the answers were surprisingly accurate. Like, what they got was surprisingly accurate to how they actually are. I thought that was really funny. So we'll see if it's the same for me. Oh, and I have our nice music playing as well. Help make this a little more enjoyable. I will go ahead and pull it up. Hello, quiz. Alright. Now. I suppose we'll just get into it. Alright, you regularly make new friends. I would say I do. I like going out and doing stuff a lot, especially with other people. I don't do it all the time, but I do it enough to where I think I'd put it here. Yeah. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Ooh. Yeah, that's how I spend all of my time. If there's something that piques my interest even a little bit, I'm going for it. There's no stopping me in my path. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. Tricky. It doesn't make me want to cry, it makes me want to help them. I don't want them to be sad. So I don't think it would make me want to cry myself. It would make me sad. And I would want to help them, but I would not cry. So we'll go... Yeah, I think we'll go there. You often make a backup plan for a backup plan. Oh, with as much stuff as I do, I have to. Once in a while I forget, but... Ugh. When you're trying new stuff all the time, you have to have a backup plan. I keep my schedule busy. Usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. I would say I'm pretty good at that. Yeah. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to ones you already know. I love meeting new people. I do talk to the ones I already know, so I'm not gonna put that, but I'll put this, because I love introducing myself to new people. I love people. You prefer to completely finish one project before starting another.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with me.
Prefer, yes. Do I do it? That's an iffy one. I bounce around a little bit, but I'm gonna say I do like to finish them, yeah. You're very sentimental. Yeah, I'm pretty sentimental. I just thought about it for a second, like, yeah, I am. I was about to say no, but I'm like, as I think about it more, I get attached to things very easily and I don't let go. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. I don't like to, but I do it so that I don't mess stuff up. But I don't like to. I really don't like to. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. No. No. We assess what went wrong. You have to be adaptive. You have to be able to see what happened right in front of you and overcome it. I answered correctly, right? Exactly. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. I do. I do indeedly. You are not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analyses of creative works. I disagree with that. I like talking with people about that stuff. I love talking with people in general, and a lot of times these are some of the most interesting conversations, so I'll very much disagree with that. You're more inclined to follow your heart than your head than your heart. You're more inclined to follow your head than your heart. Now let me think. I feel like I do use my head more than my heart. I use them both pretty evenly. My heart drives my passions, but my head actually gets me there. If that makes sense. So I'd say I'm actually pretty much in the middle for this. Yeah. Usually prefer just doing what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. Yeah. It makes the days a lot more interesting that way. If you do a daily routine, I hate the idea of that because you'll just get stuck in a rut and you'll never get out. Never. At least if you do what you feel like at any given moment, you can have something out of the blue happen. You could learn something you didn't know. Who knows? I like doing, yeah. You rarely worry about whether people you make a good impression on. Wow. Speak much. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. I don't worry about it a lot. I meet a lot of new people. I don't worry about it a lot. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do slip-ups. But for the most part, no. You enjoy participating in group activities. Yeah. See, there's a difference between hanging out with people and participating in group activities, though. I like to hang out with people. Okay. Let's say that this is something, like it's a group activity. Let's say it's something fun. Then 100% yes, I love group activities. But if it's something that's actually like work, then it could go either way. If it's work that I'm like passionate about, then heck yeah. But if it's just annoying busy work, then not so much. I'm gonna hopefully mean it's something more fun-like. So we'll go there. It's an activity, not a task. I'll look at it that way. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending. Not really. They don't pique my interest quite so much. The way they pique my interest with it is that there's suspense. That's the only way that it gives me any sort of enjoyment. But generally, no. Generally, that is not the form I like. Mostly because of how it's done. I've seen a lot of examples, and a lot of them just leave me with a bittersweetness that I hate. So I'm gonna go here. I can enjoy it, but for the most part, no. Your happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. I would say so, but not on a major scale. Like, I love completing my own things as well, but I also love helping people. Helping my friends, family, stuff like that. I love that. So I'd say I definitely get more happiness from it, but I'll say not the most. Like, I still enjoy doing stuff for myself. You're interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. I do a lot. I come up with ideas often, and it's usually in the middle of doing something else. And as I said earlier, I do like to finish what I'm working on before I move on to something else. And this is that type of scenario. You're prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Well, of course I am, but that's why you always gotta be on your toes. I'm worried that's gonna happen, but I also try to prepare whenever possible. We'll say yeah. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. Yeah, I'm not the best leader. I am the greatest participant. Make me a participant. Make me a worker. I'll do it. I can't do leader. I can't do it. If I have to, I can probably do it. Now do it well. That's the kicker. You are definitely not an artistic type of person. I'm gonna disagree with that. I'm artistic. I draw. I also love photography. I love it. Looking at it and doing it. I am artistic, don't you dare. You think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings. Oh, morality, don't we love it? Rationality, I hate to think about. I have seen situations, the world has seen situations, where feelings have caused many great things to happen. Rationality helps keep us in check a little bit. I'm gonna say no. Because feelings is what gives us our fire to get stuff done. And some of the rationality may be able to fuel our feelings. That's true. But we need the feelings there to have that drive, to be able to have that ability to do that. So I feel like if we relied a little more on feeling, again, that's passion. That's how we get stuff done. That's how we find what we love in this world. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Yeah, because if I get them done fast enough, I can get a lot more done that I want to do. You enjoy watching people, are you? I like it mostly for the information factor. Because usually if I watch people argue, it's usually over, like, information type stuff. Informativeness. It's usually not over, like, drama. I feel like every once in a while I enjoy some drama, but not very often. But for the informative aspect, I like it a little bit. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. I think that's a lie. I talk to people any chance I can get. I take any chance to do anything that I can get. If there's something I feel like doing that day, I'm gonna go do it. If there's a task I want to complete that day, it will be done. If not, I will make sure to do it as quick as possible. Your mood can change very quickly. I wouldn't say so. I don't think so. I try to keep even-tempered mostly at all times. Every once in a while I can go off the rails, but most of the time I'm pretty good at keeping even-tempered. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. No, I feel like I'm pretty understanding there. I usually try to help them if nothing else. But usually I don't lose patience, definitely not. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. No. No. Maybe. No? Maybe. No. No. But maybe. It happens sometimes. but not often. You've always been fascinated by the question of what, if anything, happens after death. That pops into my mind every once in a while. Not too often. Every once in a while. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. No. I like my alone time sometimes, but generally I like to be around others. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. No, I love that. I love it a lot. I love the idea of possibility and all the endless possibilities that are out there. I love to hear about it. You find it easy to empathize. That's not that word. You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours. Yeah. I try to expand my knowledge in those situations. I try to be as understanding as possible. I don't always succeed, but I try. You usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. No. Because if I'm on a task, I'm on it. I'm doing it. I'm focused. I'm concentrated. The only thing that would possibly distract me is if there's another activity that's popped up that I want to do, something like that. Besides that, I don't postpone it. I focus on it, and I don't try to postpone. I try to get it done as efficiently as possible. You rarely second guess the choices that you make. Generally. Have there been some things that I've thought back on and maybe? There's probably a few, I'm going to admit, but generally I don't second guess them. After a long, exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need. Yes, very much so, thank you. You enjoy going to art museums. Yeah, I like going to see art. I don't know if I like it that much, but I like it. Especially if I go with a group of friends, it's so fun. We can look and talk about all the art, yes. 100%. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. I try to understand people. I feel like usually I succeed. Of course, there's the off times where I don't understand, because I just don't. I don't have that knowledge. So we will go there. You like to have a to-do list for each day. I really don't. I like being able to do what I want to do at that moment, and it changes often. Will I finish whatever I'm primarily working on? Yes. But for the most part, I just move on to what I want to do most next. So I don't really have a to-do list. I mostly just go with what I'm feeling at the moment. Every once in a while I do. Especially if I have important stuff to do that has to get done, then I do. But I don't like it. You rarely feel insecure. I don't feel insecure that often. I'm not gonna say it doesn't happen. I'll go in the middle. I feel insecure sometimes, and that's fine. Not too often, but often enough to where I'll say middle. You avoid making phone calls? Absolutely not. I love phone calls. Even the business ones, because the people are usually really nice. Usually. There's every once in a while people aren't nice, but most of the time, people are nice. You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. Yes, all the time. All the time in the world. In your social circle, you are often the one that contacts your friends and initiates activities. You know, how I've been talking, you would think so, but no. I am bad at keeping in contact with the friends I make. And it's usually because I'm either out doing a ton of different things, or I'm out talking with different people. So I'm bad with keeping up with friends in that way. So I definitely don't. Every once in a while, sure, but mostly no. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Yeah. I did say I like to bounce around a lot, but I do try to finish what I'm working on at that moment before I move on to something else. So if I am thrown off track, I do want to get it done as soon as I can. You are still bothered by mistakes that you have made long ago. I feel like that's true for most people, but it's not like it's big things, it's just small random things that just pop into my head. It's stuff that's so insignificant that I don't know why I'm still thinking about it. So it's like, yes, I do, but it's not like I worry. I hold on to the little mistakes more than I do the big ones, which is weird, and I don't know why. You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. No, I think about it pretty often. Again, this is how we get into good subject matters with people. People love talking about this stuff. This is such spiritual thinking, intellectual. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I don't think I'd say that. Like I said, every once in a while I can fly off the handle, but for the most part I keep pretty well composed. You take great care not to make people look bad even when it is completely their fault. I hate making people feel bad, especially with stuff like this. Ugh. Usually if I do something, here's the thing. I take care, I don't take great care. Like, I will do as minimal as possible because I feel like if they need a little bit of help, fine. If this is a one-time thing, fine, I'll help. But if this is constant, absolutely not. We'll do that. It makes the most sense to me. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized, consistent efforts. I'll say yes. Because what I do is definitely not organized or consistent. But I feel like once I have something that I'm working on, I do work on it pretty consistently, though. So I'll say a slight yes to spontaneous bursts. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. No. Maybe sometimes, but no. That's sad. And that's something I want to think about. It's not something I don't want anyone... That's something I don't want anyone to think about. No. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Again, I like people, but working with people all the time is not my strong suit. I am a people person, but not so much a work with people person. So I'm gonna say yes, but if I saw people like throughout the day and stuff, I would love that. And every once in a while it wouldn't be that bad. But I can't do it a majority of the time, though, like working with other people. Yeah. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time? No. I feel like it's not the greatest use of time, but I enjoy it. Again, conversations with people about stuff. This is the core of it. This is the core. When you get in deep discussions with people, this is what they talk about. So, no, I don't think it's a pure waste of time. A little bit, yes. But I enjoy it. You feel more drawn to quiet places with... I read that completely wrong. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places. I'd say yeah. Yeah. I like parties, I like people, I like talking to people. How much more can I say it? You know at first glance how someone is feeling? No. Do I try? Yes. Do I succeed? Not all the time. Especially not at first glance. If I'm striking a conversation with someone, then we're getting somewhere. But just by straight up looking at them, I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one. You often feel overwhelmed. No, not when I can work on what I want to, when I want to. Most of the time. I get busy sometimes and it gets hard, but not a lot. Usually I can bounce it around pretty well, and we're fine. Hey, no. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. Not always. I'll say generally yes, but sometimes I skip steps if it helps me along, if I need to. If I can find a smarter, more, what's the word? If I can find a smarter, more efficient way to do something than what is already set before me, then why not? You are very intrigued by things labeled as controversial. Yes, sadly. Again, I love information. I love it. And I love people. But the drama, it kills. It kills. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. I feel like I jump from thing to thing to thing so often that it's like, even if I took the opportunity, how long would I be at it for? How long? Before I move on to the next thing and it's no longer an opportunity at my hands anyway. So I'd say yeah. Depends what it is. Depends what it is. You struggle with deadlines. No. Once I am set on something, I focus and it gets done. Easy as that. I do. It's hard to believe, but I do it. You feel confident that things will work out for you. If I keep up with how I have been and keep adapting and growing as a person, then yeah, I feel like things will be just fine. Gender. We are male. Result time. Okay. Now. What are the chances that they actually guess me correct? I suppose that is for us to see. Protagonist? Ew. Protagonists are inspiring optimisms, readily taking action to do what they feel is right. Okay, starting off strong. 64% extroverted. Extroverted individuals readily enjoy group activities and value social interaction. They tend to be outwardly enthusiastic and express their excitement. I do. I love social interaction. Group activities if they're fun. I express my excitement. I think that might be where my introvertedness comes in. Again, I try to keep my composure when I can. If I'm excited about something, I'm excited about something, of course, but I don't always outwardly express everything that I'm feeling at the time. I usually try to compose myself a bit. 74% intuitive. Intuitive individuals are very imaginative, open-minded, and curious. They value originality and focus on hidden meanings and distant possibilities. And we're 63% feeling. Feeling individuals value emotional expression and sensitivity. They place a lot of importance on empathy, social harmony, and cooperation. Yes. See, that's the thing again. Feelings is what makes this stuff your priority. And I feel like thinking often gets you there. People may not see it the same way I do, I understand, but I feel like that's usually the way it goes. 63% judging. Okay. Judging individuals are decisive, thorough, and highly organized. They value clarity, predictability, and closure, preferring structure and planning to spontaneity. I really don't.
I've got an itch I can't scratch. I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me. An open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round. Welcome to the freak show, the best in town.
Decisive, yes, I am. Thorough, fine. 63 is accurate then, because they got 2 out of 3. I am decisive, I am thorough, but I am not highly organized. Value clarity, predictability, and closure. Again, 2 out of 3. Clarity and closure. I love both of those. Now, preferring structure and planning to spontaneity. No. Spontaneity is how I work. So on that they're wrong. But for most of it, I'll say this percentage is right because they're about 2/3. 71% assertive and 29% turbulent. Assertive individuals are self-assured, even-tempered, and resistant to stress. They refuse to worry too much and tend to be self-confident when striving to achieve goals. Yes, thank you, quiz. That is true, that is true. See, even-tempered. I keep my composure. Resistant to stress, I would like to think so. That's why I keep things fresh. Let's go. Nah, we're good, we're good. Introduction. Protagonists feel called to serve a greater purpose in life. Thoughtful and idealistic, these personality types strive to have a positive impact on other people and the world around them. They rarely shy away from an opportunity to do the right thing, even when doing so is far from easy. Protagonists are born leaders, which explains why these personalities can be found among many notable politicians, coaches, and teachers. Their passion and charisma allow them to inspire others not just in their careers, but in every area. Wow. Not just in their careers, but every arena of their lives, including their relationships. Did they mean arena? They could have just said area. That's funny. Few things bring protagonists a deeper sense of joy and fulfillment than guiding friends and loved ones to grow into their best selves. Speaking up for what's right. Protagonists tend to be vocal about their values, including authenticity and altruism. When something strikes them as unjust or wrong, they speak up, but they rarely come across as brash or pushy, as their sensitivity and insight guide them to speak in ways that resonate with others. These personality types have an uncanny ability to pick up on people's underlying motivations and beliefs. At times, they may not even understand how they come to grasp another person's mind and heart so quickly. These flashes of insight can make protagonists incredibly persuasive and inspiring communicators. Okay. I feel like once I start talking to someone, then I start getting these sorts of vibes from them, yeah. But they're trying to make it seem like, oh, I look at this person and all of a sudden I understand all that they think and feel. Changing people's minds is no easy task, but if anyone can do it, it's protagonists. Really? I didn't realize I was such a master of persuasion. Let's see. I mean, I suppose if I understand people and understand what they want, then yeah, it makes sense, but I've never used my skills in that way before. Protagonists' secret weapon is their purity of intent. See? Generally speaking, they are motivated by a sincere wish to do the right thing rather than a desire to manipulate or have power over other people. Even when they disagree with someone, protagonists search for common ground. The result is that people with this personality type can communicate with an eloquence and sensitivity that are nearly impossible to ignore, particularly when they speak about matters that are close to their hearts. True. I can't deny that. They say I can communicate with eloquence and sensitivity. I don't know if that is true, but I like to think so. My experience being around people and speaking with them, I would hope both of those would improve. Seems I was right. Getting involved. When protagonists care about someone, they want to help solve that person's problems, sometimes at any cost. Yeah, it sometimes, it doesn't always go the best, but I still try. The good news is that many people are grateful for protagonists' assistance and advice. After all, there's a reason that these personalities have a reputation for helping others improve their lives. I do try. If I can help, then I will try. I don't always succeed, is the issue. Protagonists are genuine, caring people who talk the talk and walk the walk. Nothing makes them happier than motivating other people to do what's right. They really put me in a do no evil spot here, huh? I feel like I try to do what's right and help people, but they're trying to act like I'm a goody-goody here. Maybe for the most part, but not all the time. But getting involved in other people's problems isn't always a recipe for success. Protagonists tend to have a clear vision of what people can or should do in order to better themselves. But not everyone is ready to make those changes. If protagonists push too hard, their loved ones may feel resentful or unfairly judged. And while this personality type is known for being insightful, even the wisest protagonists may sometimes misread a situation or unwittingly give bad advice. Yeah, I try not to push that hard. Generally, I don't even like to give my 2 cents a lot of the time. Again, if I feel like I can help, I will try. As it says here, I try not to push too hard, because otherwise this would probably happen. So, yeah. Leading the way. People with this personality type are devoted to altruists. That is not what it said. People with this personality type are devoted altruists, ready to face slings and arrows in order to stand up for the people and ideas that they believe in. This strength of conviction bolsters protagonists' innate leadership skills, particularly their ability to guide people to work together in service of a greater good. No. I am not a leader, I already said that. Helping, yes. Leading? I don't know about that one. But their greatest gift might actually be leading by example. In their day-to-day lives, protagonists reveal how seemingly ordinary situations can be handled with compassion, dedication, and care. For these personalities, even the smallest daily choices and actions, from how they spend their weekend to what they say to a coworker who is struggling, can become an opportunity to lead the way to a brighter future. I try to take care with what I do, but I don't know if I would say I take it to this extent. I'm a little indifferent there. I don't know. Let's see what our strengths and weaknesses are. I'm curious. Protagonist strengths. Receptive. Protagonists have strong opinions, but they're far from closed-minded. They recognize the importance of allowing others to express themselves fully. Even when protagonists don't agree with someone, they recognize that person's right to voice their truth. That's why I like debates and stuff, because I love seeing people's views and how they compare. So I'd say that's pretty true. And I try to keep doing new things. I try to be receptive to other people. I'd say that one's pretty right. Reliable. Few things bother protagonists more than the prospect of letting down a person or cause that they believe in. People with this personality type can be counted on to see their promises and responsibilities through, even when it's difficult to do so. Yeah, I'm relentless when I have something that I'm trying to do or that I'm something that I'm trying to do or someone that I'm trying to help. I'm relentless with trying to see it through all the time. Yeah, there's nothing else I can really say. That is what I try to do. Passionate. Protagonists are far from being boring do-gooders. Well, that's what you were making me sound like earlier, Quiz. These types brim with interests, and they take great pleasure in pursuing their hobbies. Whether that's hiking, cooking, dancing, growing houseplants, or something else entirely. As a result, they rarely find themselves at a loss of something interesting to do. Very true, very true. Like I said, I'm trying something new nearly every single day because I do this. So, yeah. Accurate. These personalities are known for harboring a deep desire to be a force for positive nature. That is not... What am I doing? I'm not reading it. Why was I going to say nature? Nature was nothing to do with that. Anyway. Altruistic. These personalities are known for harboring a deep desire to be a force for positive change. Protagonists genuinely believe that if they bring people together, they can do a world of good. I like being positive, and I like being with people. Being positive. I love it. All of it. All of it. I love all of it. Charismatic. Determined and inspiring, protagonists often find their way into leadership roles. No! Whether they're captain of their softball team or the leader on the world stage, they rarely lose sight on their main goal to be of service to others. Yeah, that last sentence I'll agree. Well, that last section of that sentence I'll agree with. I do not lead, I assist. Okay? There is a difference. I don't lead. I don't do... I'm sorry, I don't. You're wrong on that, Quiz. I'm sorry. Besides that, you're pretty good. Now, these are our weaknesses. Let's go. Unrealistic? Many protagonists put pressure on themselves to right every wrong that they encounter. But no matter how hard these personalities strive, it's just not realistic for them to solve all of the world's problems. If they aren't careful, they can spread themselves too thin and be left unable to help anyone. Well, lucky for us, I try to pace myself pretty well. Again, I'm not saying this never happens, but I don't try to right every wrong. Like we said, I don't second guess my decisions often. Every once in a while, yes. Every blue moon, maybe. But not really. So I'd say so far, I don't agree with that one. Overly idealistic. Protagonists tend to have clear ideas about what's right and what's wrong. They often think that everyone shares these fundamental principles, or at least that everyone should share these principles. So it can come to a genuine shock to protagonists when people violate their core values, such as truth or justice. Okay. I feel like this is You see, I feel like everyone comes up with their own feelings of what is wrong or what is right. I just feel like it really I love how they can say that I'm receptive, but I'm also overly idealistic. Because it sounds like they are very contradicting there. Because what it sounds like they're saying here is that I am too dense to understand why someone would think differently from me. So I feel like this is kind of false. I feel like this is just like a general people thing. That people think certain ways and you don't know if someone else thinks the exact same thing as you. You don't know. And quite genuinely, I don't know. I feel like this is just pretty consistent among people in general. And it's not like I get completely shocked when someone's different from me. Years of practice and training with learning how people are. That's literally what it is, so I don't know. Condescending. People of this personality type enjoy teaching others, particularly about the causes and beliefs that matter so much to them. But at times, protagonists attempt to enlighten others. Protagonist attempts to enlighten others may come across as patronizing. Not the most effective strategy for persuading other people, unfortunately. See, again, I don't try to preach, is the thing. So I'm wondering if the case is maybe I do it, but I don't notice it. That could be a thing, but I really feel like I don't. Again, I try to be receptive more than I try to... Again, like I said, I'm not even big on putting my 2 cents in most of the time. Let alone trying to make people think the exact same as me. Will I express my opinion? Yes. Might you agree with that opinion? Maybe not. But I don't try relentlessly to persuade people. Like I said, I don't use my abilities that way. Sorry. Wow, they're stinking on the weaknesses, aren't they? Either that or I'm just unreceptive to it myself. Intense. When it comes to self-improvement, protagonists are rarely short on energy or determination. But they may not recognize that not everyone shares these qualities. At times, protagonists may push others to changes that they aren't ready for, or simply aren't interested in making in the first place. Okay, the first half of that I agree with. I always have energy, I always have determination. That's how I get my stuff done. That's all the activities I do, and the tasks I do. Yeah, that's that in a nutshell. But, again, I don't try to relentlessly press my beliefs onto others. I don't like it. Here's the thing. Explaining. Great. Questioning. Great. But relentlessly pushing what you think because you think everyone else should think it. No. No. I hate that. I hate that so much. I hate it. So yeah, I don't agree with that, honestly. I really don't. Again, the first half, maybe. That I always have determination and energy to work on what I love to do. Yes, that I do. Using it to push others for changes that they aren't ready for. No. Again, I'm all for explaining. I'm all for passing information. I am not for pushing information. there's a bit of a difference here. Let's move on. Overly empathetic. Compassion is among this personality type's greatest strengths. The protagonists have a tendency to take on other people's problems as their own, a habit that can leave them emotionally and physically exhausted. Finally, one I can agree with. So the only reason I'll agree with this one is because, like it said before, if someone has something that they need me to get done, I am relentless until it gets finished. It will get finished, I will do it. To the end, it will get done. So for once, we had a weakness that I actually kind of agree with. Great. That's good. We got 1 out of 5. Jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, people. People. Okay, I feel like for the most part this quiz actually did pretty well. I feel like the percentages of stuff they have over here, pretty good. And their overall introduction description, very well done. Now, the strengths, for the most part, yeah, I agree. Some of them, charismatic is where it trails off a bit. And then the weaknesses, again, I feel like we start with the stuff that I really don't agree with, and then we start getting the stuff that, like, okay, a little bit, okay, here we go, better me. So, their overall description of a protagonist, mostly. 1 or 2 things I don't agree with. Mostly the leadership stuff. And relentlessly trying to express your word as law, basically. I hate it. I hate that. The leadership stuff I don't necessarily hate, it's just I'm not good at it. I feel like I'm of better use as a supporter. I will do the grunt work to get us where we need to be. I help. I'm not a delegator, I'm a delegatee. Okay? Is that fair? I am a delegated. Alright. I think that's all my brain has room for right now. So I think we're done with that. Well, that was fun. I feel like, you know what, it could be a thing to where I just might not think I'm good at this stuff, or that I just don't think some of the stuff applies to me when it actually does. I don't know. Because they were very insistent upon the leadership type stuff. Even though I'm not too sure about that one. Again, could I do it? Yes. Is it a great idea? Maybe not. I'm just saying. Anyway, that was our 16 personalities quiz done. We had a nice chill time, didn't we? I feel like we did. Now, the next time you guys see me, we will likely be playing more Pokemon. Yay. More Pokemon, let's go Eevee. Let's go. Let me think, how much more do we have? I don't remember if we have 2 more gym badges or 3 more gym badges to go through until we're done with all the gyms. I don't know if the gyms is where it ends. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee is my first Pokemon game I'm ever playing. So I don't know exactly how Pokemon games work. Right now, I know our main objective is just to beat all of the gyms and get all the gym badges right now. From there, I have no clue what happens. So, we will see. Alright. I suppose it's about time for me to have to go. I hope you all enjoyed. It was nice and short, hopefully chill. I feel like the quiz did decently well. There were a few things that were off, but for the most part, pretty good. I like that we were called the Protagonist. I love that. Alright, guys. Oh! I don't even remember if I mentioned. We're on day 24 of our month-long streaming thing, where we are streaming every single day of the month. And this has been your stream for day 24. Just a nice, short, chill little stream. That's it. Hopefully, you guys will come back for some more streams. Because we are still streaming every day for the rest of the month, so you better come back. We'll probably play some more Pokemon. We do need to finish the game after all. So we'll probably do that. And besides that, you can check out the other guys that run this channel, the other 5 who are here, as you wish. So, without further need, I will see ya.
We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all